This is a light blast.
Hello, friends. Hello. Hello. Welcome to this quick little Bringers of the Light Sunday. I thought we would pop on and see what messages of encouragement or hope or what little lessons or whatever Spirit wants us to be aware of right now in this now moment. As we're recording this, I think Mercury retrograde is getting ready to be in its pre-shadow. And if you're sensitive to that, you may already be feeling that. So I'm going to wrap us all in love light and light love and inviting the guides who overlight TLC for the soul, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and our TLC for the soul guides, many of them, too many to name, who would like to join us here for some little messages for today to help you on your, whatever, on your day, on your week ahead, or whenever you find this message. Let's do the sound bowl, singing bowl a little bit. All right, so I brought out one of my books that wanted to come out, Kyanite Fairy Wing. So I'm just going to pick that up and do an intuitive flip and then read from Bubble Bubble and see. Okay, so the page we got, so I just closed my eyes and flipped, and we got page number 169. So for those of you that are into the numbers, you can look that up as an angel number, but let's see what this message is all about. Lilac, will you join me in the middle of this space? So listen with your master senses. So this is not just a story. All my books are written with intention for healing, for messages, for metaphors, for whatever you most need in this now, whenever you're hearing that. So just, if you see something that you think is meant for you, then it's meant for you. Lilac, will you join me in the middle of this space? Kyanite was sure that this would be the magical incantation that would draw everyone together for this magical work to be successful. Lilac came to stand in front of her, and they joined hands. Closing their eyes, they each called to their personal guardian spirits, asking them to join them in the space. Then they released hands and waited for the others to join them. One by one, the spirits entered into the grove and stood around the center of the ritual space. Kyanite could see her guides so clearly and could sense the love between them. There was Noan, the rainbow unicorn, and Alder, the birch tree dryad, Sirius, the starseed guide, and Manaha, the river spirit. Taking her ceremonial selenite wand from her bag, she welcomed everyone, making sure there wasn't anyone present who didn't have a gold star on their third eye. And then she moved with her wand clockwise around the circle, invoking a divine white light around all of them. She invoked the symbol of Nun, that's and asked for the Creator's presence in and around the group. All right, so looks like this message might be about calling in your guides, or also about, I think, taking some time away from the mundane world, the 3D world, and doing a little ceremonial work or a little ritual work, or taking time out to do a little journey. I think a lot of what's happening right now is let me put this here in case I need to go back to it. A lot of what's happening right now is we're being pulled back into the past to revisit things with this retrograde that's coming up. It just really feels like what, good or bad, or however you find that, whatever you think of it, whatever name you put to whatever comes up for you, was that good or was that bad? As Asha Nayaswami always says, was it really bad or was it really, this blessing in disguise? So just be aware. I think this is more about awareness too, of what's going on around you, and that you're a spiritual being, having a physical experience. Plus, it's also, I think, as of the recording of this, like 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks away from Halloween and Samhain. And the veil is very thin, and spirit guides and ancestors and elders are more easily able to be I guess, communicated with. And so maybe there's some sort of, oh my gosh, what was that? I swear I saw something in the left-hand corner of the screen that looked like, oh, that was so strange. It looked like, whether you saw it or not, it looked like some black thing, just like a shadow came in and went out like that. That's really weird. I'm gonna have to see. But yeah, so having an awareness of what's going on around you. My God, maybe it's my eyes. But making sure you know who you're communicating with. This is always like a message that comes out, I guess, this time of year, because there's little, mischievous spirits around that want to play and have fun. And the way she checked to make sure that they had gold stars on their eyes. Back when I used to, way, way back at the beginning of my journey, when I used to be uncertain, like, am I really talking to my guides? One of my spiritual teachers said, well, you can always create like a password or something, and only your guides will know the password. And so if you're communicating with some spirit or something from the energy world, you could ask that guide for, or ask that being for the password. And if they didn't know it, then they weren't one of your guides. And if they did know it, then they were one of your guides. So gosh, that takes me way back. That was like 2012 or 2013. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so we are getting that taking me back energy, taking me back. It feels more, though, it doesn't feel bad. It feels more like nostalgic this time around. I don't know what other astrological events are happening at the same time, but if you're into astrology, you can check that out. But it feels very nostalgic. All right, let's get, this is from my deck. Also, I write books. All my ebooks are free to read too. If you ever are interested in anything I show here on the show, this show has been around for 8 years this year. Links to everything I always talk about are always in the show notes. But I also make little oracle decks and card decks. Whoops, let me come around here. Let's skip bubble and see if there's anything else to add to this message. One card. Oh, they want me to do the bottom of the deck too. Okay. So we got, make your home into a sacred sanctuary. It's a castle. And we got presence. Was it too much to believe that her new love might be someone she never would have dreamt of for herself? Heather took a deep breath and wished for her true soulmate. Angels looked out over Heather's life and determined it was time for her to meet her true love. It was someone more amazing and wonderful than Heather had even imagined. So, I'm going to leave that. Do I want to leave that? Yeah, I don't know. True soulmate, I think, could be more than just romantic partner. I don't know what goes on with the meeting of romantic partners. I don't even know if I want to get into it this far along in the game. It's just like, it seems like if you're holding out for a romantic partner, I don't know why we have to wait so long for those things. But it could be some other kind of soulmate. It could just be your guides, like we saw in that book, in the book reading. Also, Lilac and Kyanite are best friends. They're fairies in the magical land of Chumasha, and they're working on a little adventure in this missing shadow books story thing. Like I said, all my ebooks you could read. I don't have physical books of some of my books. And why am I rambling? I don't know. Probably because the soulmate card always throws me off. But and the home, make your home into a sacred sanctuary. I would say, based on what I've seen this morning as I've been going about my day, that could have many different meanings for many different people. But one thing I did notice, and I heard talked about a lot as I was just listening to some of my favorite content creators in different places, is people, I was actually this morning I was looking for a notebook calendar. And I know I have a bunch of them from all of my old stuff that I had in storage. And so I went to this bag that I had of all these old like planner pages and stuff. And I found a planner pages I had from like 2009 to 2011. And in them was like I guess I used to constantly like measure myself. Maybe these are metaphors. I used to constantly measure myself. Like, I guess I was dieting at the time. I guess I used to do something called the rotation diet that I really loved. But measurements, like taking measurements. So maybe looking after your well-being, that your home being your sacred sanctuary, like your castle. Maybe it's time to start back on some sort of wellness plan. Seasons are changing here in the northern hemisphere. We're going into winter, and maybe it's time to switch. What do I want to say? Like cuisines or something, or take a cooking class. Look after yourself. Maybe do some sort of elimination diet around, like maybe something's been bought. I know for me, I got really bad. I got really bad. Was it bad or was it good? I don't know. It was good, but I started eating dairy again, and that's really, really bad for me. It causes a lot of problems in my body, like a lot of like achy joints and fatigue and grumpiness, in addition to like, digestive problems. But I love dairy so much, so it's not my soulmate because it's not good for me. There's some metaphors there for you too. Maybe some of you who are with somebody who thinks that you're their soulmate, but they're not good for you energetically. Take a look at that. These all seem to be themes. Maybe these are themes because I did ask Spirit this morning, like, give me some themes for the next couple of weeks. So I think what we'll do, because I do want to bring back some more content on a regular basis. I'm trying to work on a little schedule to where I know I have time to create content again for everybody, because my schedule's been all wacky. But maybe these are some of the metaphors coming up over the next couple of weeks, because we do have a new moon here on Tuesday. Like I said, this is timeless too, and you could take this as a, what do I want to focus on for the next couple of weeks with these messages that are coming up in this reading. So let me just see if there's anything else. Okay, short and sweet, they're saying today. So short and sweet, and pay attention to what comes up for you after you listen to this from your spirit guides or from your higher self. And those might be things over the next couple of weeks that you want to focus on for yourself to help brighten your life or brighten your day or brighten each moment in a special way. I don't know. But I want to thank you so much, friends, for joining me here. We will see you all again soon. I love you all. Take care.